Hi, I'm Jen from JenThereDoneThat, and we're on week 13 of island-wide lockdown here in Puerto Rico. Many things have changed and more businesses are trying to reopen, but as you can see, I'm not on a boat. I was supposed to be on a boat today, doing a day sail trip out to Cayo Icacos. And yesterday, the company called and said that they did not have all their permits and there was a change to the executive order and our boat trip was canceled. For a catamaran that normally holds 40 people, we were going to have 15 on the boat, and at the last minute they were told that that number had to be reduced. They were then saying that it was going to be 7 people and that the permits weren't right, and there was a whole bunch of information that really didn't tell us anything. So we're not entirely sure why our boat trip was canceled or when they'll be able to resume, when they'll be able to get the certification they need to resume and go out. I know several other excursion companies and day sails have contacted me saying, we're close, we're gonna be resuming our day sails soon, but no one else is taking reservations. So this was the first company that was taking reservations that we have sailed with before. Many of my friends and I, it's one of our favorite things to go and do, and it's a lot cheaper than owning your own boat. So we were gonna go out on a sailing charter. Apparently, again, according to them, the owners took the boat out this weekend as a family trip and going to Cayo Icacos to see where they can anchor, what it looks like right now, and just kind of get a general feel for the situation. And the Coast Guard or some law enforcement came out and was telling them they couldn't be there, they were too close to the beach, and there was a lot of problems is what they had communicated to us when they canceled the trip. So what that means for tourism, no day sails right now. I know many of you in the comments were so excited last week when I said I had booked the boat trip. Believe me, I was excited too. So to not be able to go out is a little frustrating, and now we're trying to figure out which companies are going to resume and really what that means for the tourism industry here in Puerto Rico. Right behind me, I'm at the tennis center, which is still not open, and I got some additional information that the executive order had changed. They thought they were allowed to reopen last week, and that changed. They're not. There's now information that they can open this week once they complete all their certification and the permits. And so that's really the big problem right now with tourism, is they're not getting the same directions as like the restaurants. The restaurants are open, they're running, they know they need to take your temperature, they need to have hand sanitizer, they need to take reservations, they can have 25% capacity. So it's very clear to the restaurants, and so we've been going to eat at a lot of restaurants lately. But for the tourism industry, they're getting mixed messages, they're getting different information, they're not getting clear information of what they need to reopen, what the numbers are, and I think that that's really their biggest problem. If you don't know what information you're trying to comply with, then how can you comply and meet the executive orders? So we're really hoping that the tennis centers and some of the other tourism activities will get clear direction so that they can follow the protocols, make sure everybody is safe, and reopen. So for right now, if you're planning a trip to Puerto Rico, restaurants are open, beaches are open, the hotels and the hotel pools are reopening, as I said last week, but some of the other activities are still not open. My favorite scuba diving company out of Fajardo has let me know that they probably won't be able to resume until August. And I'm very active on the island. If you're new to my channel, I'm very active on the island. I love going and exploring new places and going on tours and excursions and just seeing everything. So yeah, I kind of act like a tourist a lot of days. And those companies, I've reached out to them, they've reached out to me, I'm on their email list, so I'm getting the information, and many of them are saying August before they're able to resume those operations. And some of them are just saying, we have no idea, because of the nature of potential spread and being able to actually put in protocols in place to keep everyone safe. So we just don't know what's really going to happen there. I just know I'm not on a boat today. I'm not able to play tennis, but I am sunburnt from a really great day at the beach yesterday. And there were plenty of police officers around, and they were just kind of monitoring the situation. They gave out parking tickets to the people that were parked illegally. And we all had a wonderful time. Brought our beach towels and picnic lunch, and trying to make sure that we stayed within the rules of just exercising. But we were exercising, we were laying out by the beach, we were having lunch, a wonderful picnic lunch at the beach with friends, and we just maintained good social distancing from all the other groups, and we were totally left alone. It was actually a little weird because we went to 2 different beaches, and normally you talk to people. Puerto Ricans are very friendly, and going to a beach and seeing all these other people around, it wasn't too crowded, but you would normally talk to them, or hey, how are you doing, and where are you from, and everything. And it was just different because everybody was keeping their distance. There were people wearing face masks from the car to the beach, and then once they realized it was nice and windy and not very many people at the beach, they took off their face masks. So everybody was staying safe. It's against the culture to be so closed in and not very friendly. It was really odd. But the second beach we went to this weekend had a wonderful, 6-8 feet away from another couple as they were leaving, and we were just talking to them about the beach quality and the crowds and everything. And they were a little hesitant with us. I mean, I explore all around the island. I'm mistaken for a tourist a lot. I feel like a tourist. I mean, when I'm in San Juan, I'm a tourist. And once we explained to them that we live here on the island, we didn't just come off a plane. We haven't been traveling. None of us, my small group of friends, we all have been in total lockdown for 3 months. None of us have left. And once they realized that, they were much more relaxed around us. I think that there's still a fear of tourists coming to the island, and the fear is that either traveling, being on the airplane or at the airport or wherever city you came from, that you could be infected and bring it here. So it's a very real fear here. We have a really low spread right now. We want to keep it that way. So if you are coming, please do the optional blood test at the airport just to make sure that you are completely healthy. But the folks that we talked to on the beach, once they realized that we lived here, and even though I haven't been tested, I don't know where I could get a test at this point, other than leaving and coming back to the island to be tested. All of my friends, we've been here in isolation for 3 months. We're very, very highly confident we're not sick and haven't been sick. And so just talking to the folks on the beach, they're in the same boat we are. And once they realized that we're not tourists, they felt a lot more comfortable talking to us, and we were discussing the different beaches and everything. And the whole time there are police officers walking by, and they didn't say a word. They didn't say a word to anybody. I mean, they were just basically looking around and monitoring the situation. Nobody was breaking the law. Everybody had good social distancing, and we were going into the water for exercise and coming back out of the water to rest between exercise, because right now technically we're only supposed to be going to the beach for exercise, but it's not being enforced. The security, the police officers, everyone around, as long as you're not being stupid, you're not causing trouble, and you're keeping good social distancing away from everyone else, they're gonna let you have a nice beach day and leave you alone. So that's definitely it's really helped with morale around the island, and I think everyone's just feeling a little less confined, but we are still hesitant about tourists. So definitely, if you are thinking about coming to the island to either visit family or vacation, please, please, please get the test so you know that you're not contagious or anything, and that if anyone asks you, you can say, yeah, I was tested at the airport. I am not sick, I'm not contagious. And I think that'll go a long way to your stay. That said, I really hope we're back to some kind of more normal in the next few weeks, but really, this is pretty good. I mean, we can live with the temperature checks, we can live with the face masks. There's a lot of things that we are getting used to, and that's fine. We're getting our freedoms back, but we still have the 7 p.m. daily curfew for at least another week, and a lot of the restaurants are petitioning, and they have made their case, and they're making their arguments right now to our government. The restaurants really want the curfew extended because they're getting this mad dash of diners right at the very end before they close, and they would like to see that spread out over a couple hours so that they can actually operate their business a little more normally. Again, they're only at 25% capacity in dining, but they're getting people, they're definitely maxing out at the 25% capacity in dining, and then there's the takeout menus, the takeout orders. So the restaurants are in a better position now, and I think some of them are finally feeling that, I don't want to call it a sigh of relief, but it's definitely, okay, this is getting better. They're not as concerned financially as they were the last 3 months, so it's very good news for them. And yeah, the restaurateurs are asking and begging basically to either extend the curfew to 9 or 10 o'clock at night so people can come and eat and relax. We're late eaters here on the island. They want people to be able to come in and eat and relax and not be rushed at 5:30 in the afternoon to be home by a 7 p.m. curfew. And on the other side, why do we even still have a curfew? If we're doing our good social distancing, we're taking temperature checks, we have 25% capacity at restaurants and limited places everywhere else, there's really no reason to justify closing the majority of the businesses on Sunday and having a 7 p.m. curfew every day. So we're really hoping that is gone soon. In the meantime, this is kind of our new normal, and it's all right. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos from JenThereDoneThat about living in Puerto Rico, traveling in Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, and beyond.